Wow, that was a real step down after Katya's applause.
How's everybody doing, drag world?
So we're talking about funny shit? Apparently, yeah. Should we introduce ourselves?
I'm well aware of who most of you are, so I think that might be good just for me to get a good grounding of who
You guys, this is Meth. Say hi, Meth.
Hi,
I said say hi, Meth.
Meth.
14-year-olds in the room.
Meth, tell us a little bit about yourself. Hi, I'm
Drag queen.
Woo!
And I live in London.
And I think most of us have probably worked with Meth over the years.
Yeah, of course.
Is that right? Is that right?
I have an intimate knowledge of her. Too soon. Too soon.
Well, this is off to a great
Too
start.
soon.
Why not?
And Miss BenDeLaCreme, would you please introduce yourself?
Oh, my name is BenDeLaCreme. Oh, I'm so embarrassing. And I was on a show on 6th season and an All Stars 3 season.
Yeah.
You guys watch All Stars 3? Don't spoil it for me. I haven't finished. But yeah, no, and I'm very excited to be here at Drag World.
There's so many of you without lives. Like, bless you all for coming out. We're just going to throw us right now into the audience, aren't we? Yeah?
Well, Ginger has to introduce herself.
Oh.
Hard for people to remember her.
Hi, I'm Ginger Minj, and I'm an alcoholic. The crowd goes wild. I appreciate that. That's very sweet. I'm very excited to be here. Apparently somebody else is introducing themselves on the other end. There's a delayed reaction. How about you?
My name is Katya. I'm looking at season 7 and All Stars 2 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and I'm also on Celebrity Warriors, and I'm very excited to be here. I'm not tucked at all. I'm not wearing any panties. I have men's shoes on right now, but I love my. Good times.
What men's shoes?
Timberlands. So we're going to talk about Squarespace and
Casper mattresses.
we want to see if you guys have any questions for us. We'd be more than happy to answer them in depth. If you want some hot, scalding tea for us to splash in your faces, we're more than happy to do that. Also, if you have parking that needs to be validated, I have a stamp in my pussy. Is there somebody with a microphone that can, is there, Garson?
Oh, look, there's a...
Oh, okay, hi. Hey, Janet. Janet from another planet. Give it up for Janet.
Hi, Janet!
So, anybody raise your hand and then, Miss Janet, what's your actual name? Doesn't matter, who cares? And she'll scurry over to you and ask a question. Love that.
Good start. How do you find like the ability to tell jokes when you're not feeling like yourself? Yeah, I'm
Okay, for my American friends on this panel,
What language is that? No, sorry.
I can't go anywhere in this country without being able to start.
Nope, not a word.
So how do you find trying to be funny when you're really not feeling it, I believe? Is that the gist? Oh God. I'm actually just here as a translator.
Well, I think we can speak from our experience today.
Normally I drink, but I thought it was a little bit inappropriate at this time of the day. Who am I kidding? I'm wasted. Oh God.
I don't know, I feel like comedy really comes from the darkest parts of ourselves, honestly, and I think most of us up here, and most of us in this room, have probably used comedy to get through those times where we aren't really our happiest and we aren't really feeling it. And I think that comedy kind of gives you that kick in the ass to go, you know what, it's not that serious, it's just life. Nobody's gonna get out alive in the end, so let's just laugh and have a good time.
Yeah, it's sort of cathartic.
Yeah.
I disagree. I feel 100% happy all the time.
What do you do if you tell a joke and no one laughs? Like, how do you play it off?
You have to laugh your... Ginger?
I find myself very funny, thank you. If I can make myself laugh, I think I've done my job, okay? There's nobody I have to impress but me, my mama, and Jesus.
There you go. I think there's like two main roads you can go. One, you can become really violent and antagonize the audience and sort of try to beat the laughs out of them. Or you can just laugh yourself like a psychopath. That one works for me.
I think the best thing to do is just to kind of acknowledge it and let it go. I mean, if you can laugh at it and say, okay, well, not everything is going to land, then move on. I think you're good.
Yeah, also you don't get good at making jokes or doing anything really unless you fail at it enough times to figure out how to be better at it. You know, like, that's kind of true of any skill set. You can't, if you're like, if you're not failing, you're not like putting yourself out there.
And we always put out.
Oh yeah, and I always fail.
You gotta avoid like digging yourself further into the hole though, unless you want to like push people to that really awkward place where it starts becoming funny because you keep doing it so badly.
Katya.
Going on 3.5 years. The great... Oh, sorry.
You had something to say.
Oh, no, I was going to say the best thing about comedy and drag, though, is that when you're dying and your face is getting beat red and you're having flop sweats, all the drag just covers it up. So it's a really nice little safety kind of...
Also, you can get away with being so much worse at your job when you're a drag queen.
Yeah.
There's really a lot of margin for error.
Yeah, because 75% of the job is done once you come on stage.
I'm coming on stage right now.
Next question. You can only ask questions if you're just sitting right here.
Sorry, guys.
We could crowd surf you across them if someone at the back
Can you
has a
lift
question.
that up and strangle it? Not that bad.
Who do you think's the most underrated comedy queen?
The most underrated comedy queen?
Oh!
Terry and Lake, I think.
Yeah.
Is hysterical.
I think Amy I'm First is criminally underrated.
I think she's very talented.
I think she's very funny.
Shut up. I mean, I don't know if this question is like exclusively about Drag Race queens. But no, I mean, there's like a wealth of incredibly funny queens out there who are underrated just because they don't have enough exposure. I would say that Meth is a prime example. But in the United States, certainly, I would say Varla Jean Merman, Coco Peru, Dina Martina, Jackie Beach,
Sherry Vine.
I mean, these are legends who built their careers before Drag Race was a thing, and yet fewer people know about them. But so, yeah, I would say that in whatever your local area is, like, look up the queens who established themselves pre-Drag Race, because that means they're really good at what they do.
There's an up-and-comer named Bianca Del Rio, too. She's very underrated. Very underrated.
Who was lucky enough to see Myra Dubois supporting Bianca on her tour? Okay, who has seen her any other time? Who knows Myra Dubois? Like, you want to talk about comedy queens, I would say she is, in my opinion, the best comedy queen that I know of in the world. She's right here in London, so go and find her. She is fucking hysterical. I never see her have a bad show, and just, yeah, Myra Dubois.
There's a great queen. She doesn't do comedy, but she's got a great comedic name. Janice Dick in your son. Isn't that fabulous?
That's really a thing.
Yeah. Where's Janice Dick in your son? Like Dickinson.
No, I
Yeah,
get
you
it.
get it? Yeah, I get it. She's up in maybe Newcastle, something like that.
Maybe.
Yeah. She's great. Yeah. Shout out to Newcastle.
We'll have to choose.
Yeah, she's great.
Okay, cool. Let's try, bro.
Next question. You can just step over people. Don't worry about it.
Hi.
Hi.
Would you say that being on Drag Race was even for you three, and also having a Drag Race, having to live up to the Drag Race hype, would you say that's either restricted your comedy or made it more free?
I personally find it really restricting. Having starred on Drag Queens of London myself, it just puts so much pressure against the four of you that have ever watched it.
I watched it.
If you, no, don't go out and watch it. Actually, just watch episode 2. Go on, you guys.
I will say, having grown up doing drag long before I was on Drag Race, I feel like I had more freedom to say things before I was in such a big public light. Because now I feel like there's more responsibility to take care with what we say and how we say it, and to make sure that we're setting the right example for the generation that's coming after us. I think that I feel the weight of that a lot more now that I've been on Drag Race.
Katya, would you like to speak against that?
I disagreed. I mean, the one thing after Drag Race that I was took a bit of adjusting to was looking out in the crowd and seeing people who are under 18, and I was like, because I was used to performing at like a shithole bar for like people in their 20s and 30s and who were with like crooked teeth and like glass eyes and just shifty characters. And it didn't really matter. I could say whatever the fuck I wanted to say. But yeah, now it's a little bit different. And of course, with Drag Race, there is kind of an expectation to read the other girls or make a lot of Drag Race references or kind of keep it in that the subject matter in that neighborhood. So when I go out and give like a 20-minute monologue about the kind of fish I like or like about tree bark, sometimes it falls a little flat.
Personally, I don't actually feel like I don't feel like I've done. I don't think I do anything any differently post Drag Race. I mean, certainly there's like content-wise, like you're saying, people want to hear you just say "occur" and "don't" for a while. But see?
Yeah.
Oh wait, try this, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You guys, that's not even a word. It is so easy to pander to you. But I would say there's really, for me personally, it hasn't really changed a lot. But currently, I'm promoting my solo show that's about to tour the UK, starting on Wednesday at the Grand here in London, Wednesday and Thursday, and then throughout. And that is a show about Dante's Inferno, which is like the least relatable thing I could possibly be doing. So clearly, I am not in any way interested in what people are interested in.
Stick to your guns, gal.
Will do.
Next question. Anybody want to hear about horoscopes? Nope. Okay.
Hi, so I was here last year and I saw Charlie Highs perform and I saw that I heard that she was relatively controversial and made some like quite ableist jokes, and I wondered what you thought about using like controversial humor or like humor that is like based in racism and ableism, and because I know quite a lot of queens do it, but I wanted to know what you think.
Let's call Bianca.
Like she'd give any of us her phone number. Go ahead.
I think that we have, this is related to what Ginger was saying in terms of like a large platform, right? Like as soon as you're in the public eye in a big way, it is our responsibility to put out into the world what we think should be a predominant set of thoughts in the world. I feel like there's this sort of epidemic right now of humor that is satire, but it isn't. So it's like people are making racist jokes or ableist jokes or transphobic or homophobic or whatever jokes under the guise that it is making fun of the racist or the homophobe or whatever. But you know what? The bottom line is if you're saying the same thing that that person would say, you're just saying it. So like, in order to lampoon that, you have to subvert it. Like if it's not clear to somebody who has the opposite opinion of you that you're making fun of them, then you're not doing your job well enough as a comedian.
I disagree. No,
No, I absolutely agree with that. I feel like first of all, it's lazy. That's lazy humor. It takes no thought process to tell a joke like that because it's not really a joke. I believe that we have that responsibility to uplift people, and if we're not doing that, then we're not doing the job that we have been set out to do in the first place. So I don't like that kind of thing.
There's this weird, particularly, I mean, Charlie Hyde's like, she did most of her drag career in the UK, and you can go to quite a few pubs in this city alone and see that kind of comedy any night of the week. And there's this weird sort of like resistance to it with this whole, well, we've always been telling these jokes. It's like, yes, but it's not the 70s anymore. Like, I fully believe that comedy can talk about anything that we, experience, but we have to move with the fucking times. We can't use the same awful material that was acceptable back when the whole world was completely dominated by cis white straight men. And I mean, it's still mostly dominated by them now, but like, come on, it's just, again, it's fucking lazy. Like, that's the most offensive thing to me about it as well sometimes. Like, it's just lazy. Like, write another joke or just sing me another song.
Final question.
Look, it's out in the front.
What is your most embarrassing on stage thing? And also, Katya, my favourite human in the whole world.
Oh, stop.
We're like 2 feet away from you.
Crazy, I'm going a bit mental.
Okay.
Wait, what was the question again?
My most embarrassing onstage moment was when I was 2 feet away from somebody who said Katya was right. Just kidding, you're nice.
Oh God, there's so many to choose from. You go first.
I don't know. I don't really get embarrassed on stage because I feel like if you're gonna put yourself out there, you're gonna put yourself out there like warts and all. And if you can make a fool of yourself, you're probably gonna make somebody laugh and have a good time. So I don't get embarrassed.
I have one from Drag Race that didn't air. So on season 7, we were on the main. I was on the main stage. I had won that Merle Ginsburg challenge that you should have won. But anyways, I was in the shark. I had the shark leg on my foot, and they asked me, "Is there anything you want to say?" I for no reason. It was a long battle with leukemia, but at least I was surrounded by friends and family. I don't know why I said it, and they said nothing. And they didn't even look at me, and they just went on to the next thing, and I was like dying inside.
Can I tell someone else this one? I'm perfect all the time. One of my drag children was performing, I'm not going to name her.
I think you're playing a song.
Was performing at a corporate event for YouTube and just threw up halfway through our number. She just told me about it yesterday. I was like, oh! And then bless her, she came and wiped it up herself. Oh! Sweet. She's never working for YouTube again.
There are so many embarrassing stories about other Drag Race girls that I want to tell, but you know what? I have a responsibility.
You're so brave.
Thank you.
Well, I think that's it.
Well, that was fun.
Thank you guys so much.
drag race.